Hey, hey guys, hello. Hey Marcelin, first timer, so excited you are jumping on with me today, Power Circle lady. Hey guys, hello, welcome. Today I've got my little green friend with me. We're going to talk money and marketing. So say hello to Mr. Green. Say hi, Mr. Green. Hello from ATL. What's up? I'm going to be in ATL in a little bit for LaShanda Cross's Activate conference. Super excited. So we're just going to continue our conversation, guys. Hey, Scope Scribe. Hello. Remember, say hi to Mr. Green. He's going to help me rock out. I love gnomes, y'all. Okay. I'm no malicious. He's going to help me talk to you guys about getting paid, specifically if you're interested in doing your own TeleSummits online. So for the last couple of days, it's day 7, y'all. I've been on Periscope for 7 days. Yes, thank you. Hello, Mr. Green. I've been on Periscope for 7 days. Hearts for that. Reached over 7,000 hearts, which is absolutely fabulous. I'm loving it, y'all. I'm addicted. I'm a Periscope junkie. So if there's like a Periscope Junkies Anonymous that I need to join, I don't know. I need to make that happen. So yes, okay, Mr. Green, it's time for us to talk. So I'm going to let him chillax. I see somebody said that I'm rocking it. All right, awesome. Thank you. Um, Mr. Green is going to chillax out, take care of my porch for me while I talk to you guys here about getting paid to teach. So who was on my call last night, my scope? I did a scope last night about setting your magic numbers and your money markers. Here from Hampton. Hello, welcome. If you're new to me, put in NEW, tell me where you're from so I can welcome my newbies. If you were here last night, I want to see fire, or this morning. Yes, that was me, and I have the green hearts. Awesome. New from the Bronx. Hey, my fellow New Yorkers. I'm a Brooklyn girl living in North Carolina world, so welcome to my fellow New Yorkers out there. Fire. Last night I talked about the different things that you can do to set your cash flow goals. So if you haven't watched it, watch that replay. I know on Periscope it's only 24 hours. I will definitely put it on my YouTube channel. Fire. Yes, I will put the replays on my YouTube channel, L. Henry. You can also check me out at tv.sistersense.com. Welcome. For that particular new from Memphis, longtime member of the Black Bombs Club. Yay! So I've got a ton of social networks online, guys. I've got the BBWO network, my writers network, and also the mom network as well, blackmomsclub.com. Welcome to all of you here. Definitely let people know if they're interested in entrepreneurship, making sense of making money online. We are going to jump into it today. I usually don't get to do afternoon sessions with you guys. All this week I've been itching to do one, but I've got so much work. So if you're one of my clients, and you're watching the scope, I'm going to get to you, okay? I'm going to get to your project. I just needed to do a scope in the afternoon. Just one. I usually do them in the late night, so I'll definitely do one tonight if I can. So check that one out as well. Hello, welcome. So, okay, I've been talking about this concept of getting paid to teach. So if you're a coach, you're a mentor, a service professional, or you simply work at home, you want to work at home and you're trying to figure you're trying to figure out how to create information products. That's basically some of the things I've been talking about over the last couple of days. So if you missed any of those sessions, like I said, I'm downloading them, uploading them to my YouTube channel. New from the Bay Area, Black Folks Think. Awesome. Loving that tab. Somebody told me about Black Biz Scribe. There's so many different hashtags out there, so definitely keep those coming. I've been talking about different things to do to fire and focus, stay fired up and focused, and really think about those things you can do to monetize your message online. So welcome, Tampa. We've been talking about getting paid to teach. Like I said, the last session I did was setting your money markers and cash flow goals last night. Definitely watch the replay. Can those earrings get radio stations? Funny. I love my big hoops, y'all. I'm a big hoop natural girl. I love my big hoops. Yes. I don't know, but maybe they can. So yes, let's jump into the session today. I did this one in particular because I did a session on getting paid to teach, specifically some things that you can create as far as audio sessions. I absolutely love, me too. So I got some fellow ladies out there who love the big hoops. Hearts for hoops, if you're a big hoop sister like myself. Now, look. I did a session on getting paid to teach 7 audios. Hello, welcome from the Bay Area. 7 audio sessions that are really great for you to monetize, okay? And so when I said I shared those 7 audio, different ways in which you can take audio and monetize that, a lot of people said they were interested in doing TeleSummits. So I said, okay, my next scope on getting paid to teach, I'll talk about TeleSummits, okay? This, by the way, is inspired by my Get Paid to Teach starter kit. For those of you who I mentioned it to over at getpaid.sistasense.com, there are 4 more starter kits left for the CDs, the 5-set CDs. I'll talk about that later. Let's jump into what we're talking about today. Yes! Okay, so a couple of questions I want you to ask yourself if you're interested in doing a TeleSummit online. First and foremost, I'll let you know, just in case you're like, okay, I want to jump in and jump out later. I love to use different platforms. Right now, I'm absolutely loving a platform called Start Meeting. So StartMeeting.com. There are a lot of different platforms you can use to do conferences online, do virtual conferences. I love to use Start Meeting. It's been working for me for the last couple of years. May work for you, may not. I know there are a bunch of them out there, but just full disclosure, giving you the tool that I use first. I should say this, by the way, if you're new to me, get that paper out, get the pen out, whatever you need to do, because I always give a lot of information and some web tools and tips, things that you can utilize. So definitely take that into account. So that first answer to your question being, okay, if I do a TeleSummit, what kind of a resource or a tool can I use? I personally like to use Start Meeting, okay? I'm on my patio, y'all, so I'm just going to have to dab a little bit because it's sunny. I said, you know, I don't want to be outside today. I want to do something outside today. These have been so helpful. Thank you so much. You're absolutely welcome. At the end of the day, I want you guys to stay focused and fired up. If you're focused and fired up, I want to see F-I-R-E, F-I-R-E. For those of you who've been rocking it out with me, you're getting focused and fired up inside the power circle. Always a wealth of information. Startmeeting.com. Yes, fire, 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 fire. And them hearts, you know, tap on those hearts if you've been enjoying those scopes so far. So that's the first thing I want to share with you. If you're interested tongue-tied. If you're interested in doing any type of virtual webinar, teleconference, the tool that I use a lot is startmeeting.com. I've used GoToWebinar. I like it. It's a little bit pricey, and you can, for a quarter of the price, you can do all of those things over on Start Meeting as well. Yes, focused and fire up. Fire, 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 fire. Loving it, guys. Okay, so a couple of questions. I have what I like to call my clarity session. So we're going to have a group clarity session. If you want to host your own TeleSummit for profit or promotion, these are some absolutely fabulous questions you need to ask yourself. First one, do you want to get paid or not? Okay, so are you hosting this because you're just interested in promoting your business? I can't wait to meet you in ATL. Awesome. I'm going to be giving away a couple of tickets to LaShanda Cross's Activate conference, some sponsored tickets that I have, but I won't be doing that just yet. It's coming though. So if you're interested in Activate at ATL and you want to link up with me, email me, lhenry@sistasense.com. Let me know you're in ATL and you'll be there, but I'll definitely be giving out those tickets soon. I don't know if I'm going to do it via my email or Periscope. I'm still trying to figure that out, okay? But definitely looking forward to meeting some of you guys in ATL in a couple of weeks. So first question you want to ask yourself, do I want to do this particular TeleSummit for profit or promotion? I'll tell you why. TeleSummits are absolutely fabulous, right? You can get all of these kind of speakers onto your space. Now, when you have a TeleSummit, it's when will you be in ATL? I'll be in ATL for the 18th, 19th, 20th. That's the weekend that LaShanda Cross is doing her Activate 2015 conference. So that's when I'll be there. But again, if you guys have questions for me, you can tweet me or email me, lhenry@sistasense.com. Thank you. Okay, so again, yes, you want to ask yourself, are you going to do this for profit or for promotion? You'll find that for the most part, when you're marketing yourself online, whether if you're not paying for advertising or you don't have some sort of PR agent or marketing team, you're doing a lot for yourself. Question, do you want to get paid or not? Awesome. Thank you for posting those comments, guys, sharing the questions. You'll find that a lot of times when you're promoting your products, your services, your packages, whatever, unless you have a marketing team or a PR agent, you're doing a lot of that for yourself. But what's great about TeleSummits is when you have multiple speakers on, they're going to push your stuff as well. And that's a great way to build your list. So right now, one of the things I'm doing is my Back to Basics Mastermind over at basics.sistasense.com. Just started this week. We're doing 6 weeks every Monday. One of the things I'm going to talk about more is list building. So when you have, for example, a TeleSummit, and you probably see these online all the time, people have TeleSummits. They've got 10-day TeleSummits, 1-day TeleSummits, 30-day TeleSummits, 24-hour TeleSummits, telesummits with tons of speakers. One of the reasons people do that is because it's a great list builder. Then you're not the only one promoting yourself, and you're getting this brand recognition because you've got 10, 15, 20, even 30 speakers. You know, these things can get huge, backing you and sharing your information. So the first thing you want to think about when you're hosting your telesummits, is it something you want to do strictly for promotion, or do you actually want to make a profit? Okay, so free versus paid. Let's talk about that a little bit more. A lot of times when people do free telesummits, like I said before, they do them for list building. Who has ever done a telesummit before? Can you put that in the box, yes or no, just so I see here who's interested in versus who's never done it before versus who has. So who has done a telesummit before? Just say yes or no. Me, okay, great. And let me know if you've done it. If you say me, by the way, say me free or me paid. Let me know who's done free or paid. So no. A couple of people have not done them before. No. Okay. So you guys are going to love some of the recommendations. Okay, a lot of people have not done them before. These are absolutely fabulous ways to increase the size of your list. Me free, me free. Okay, so the few people who have done them here, they've done them for free. Most of you have not. One of my clients, she is a health and wellness nutritionist, Renee Wiggins. Her website is resultsbyrenee.com. Together we worked out a series of telesummits that she has done for her business. I want to plan one for early next year. Okay, awesome. So this is right on time for you, just to help you get started. She and I, we worked together. I mentor her. She did a series of telesummits, how to spiritual, she's a Christian health nutritionist. So spiritual bodybuilding, where she had chefs on. She had people who were in the fitness realm. Again, she's a nutritionist. Her spiritual bodybuilding telesummit series, and it really helped her double her list very quickly. So a lot of times people will do telesummits based on their industry or interests. They'll get speakers on that they can talk on different topics to really engage their audience and quickly build their list. Okay, so you want to think about for yourself, am I going to do it for free or am I going to charge? Now, if you're going to charge for a telesummit, there are two questions that you want to ask yourself. Am I going to charge on the front end or the back end? Okay, and that's something that's very different. Who here has actually participated in virtual telesummits before? You can say yes or no. Have you ever signed up to somebody else's telesummit, or, you know, whether it was a call conference series or a webinar series, anything like that? Every year, and you can just put in yes or no. Let me see who's participated in telesummits before. And I don't see them hearts. Where are those hearts? I'm loving those hearts. Where are those hearts? Yes. Okay, so while you guys have never launched one, you have participated in them before. Lots. Okay, so you know the feel. You've seen it before. You've seen telesummits. A lot of times you'll either get onto a telesummit series because it's free, right? And it's absolutely fabulous. They've got these amazing speakers. But eventually, when it's free, what happens? At some point, somewhere, there is some offer that somebody is going to share with you. So a lot of times, yes, free with a fee to upgrade to receive the recordings. Yes, a lot of times that's how it works. So people will do free telesummits and say, guess what? You've got so much awesome information, more than you can handle. You want to be able to go back to the replays. So guess what? You can get the replays for $29.99, $97.99, $2.99, $1.99. People tend to do a lot of telesummits to, one, build their list, and also to two, upsell a product. Sometimes the product is the telesummit in and of itself. They sell the recordings, which somebody recommended here. Thank you so much for that. Or sometimes they will upsell into their program. So you want to think about for yourself, you know what, maybe I want to get people into a telesummit so that I can sell them to come out to an event, participate in my coaching, do something with me after that point. So you want to think about for yourself, hearts, I saw a red heart somewhere. You want to think about for yourself, what do you want to do? So before I go any further, for those of you interested in doing telesummits, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to build your list for promotion, or you want to do it for promotion or profit? If you want to do it for promotion or profit, you want to think about some other things. I'll get to that next, but just let me know, guys. You want to do a free or paid telesummit, promotion or profit? Just kind of start typing some of those in there so I can get a sense of who's here and what you guys are thinking about thus far based on what I'm saying. Tap on those hearts. Tap, 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 tap. I do like to switch it up on you guys. Right now I'm outside, but I tell you, it's hot. I'm on fire, literally. The next one I'm definitely doing inside. So you want to build your list. Okay. You want to do both. You want to promote and get profit. Okay. You want to do profit, promotion. Okay. That's something you definitely want to think about, because how you structure your telesummit really does depend on whether or not you're doing it strictly for promotion or for profit. My mail lady is here. Awesome. I want to start with list building. Okay, so you want to do something that's for free. Definitely check out my client, resultsbyrenee.com. She has her whole spiritual bodybuilding series, and that particular TeleSummit we launched for free so that she could build her list. Like I said, she built her list very quickly using that TeleSummit series, but it's monetized so that people can get the recordings. You can still download the recordings. If you're in nutrition or you're interested in that, definitely check her out. She's got this awesome course called Eating Healthy on the Run, an 8-day course, which you definitely want to check out as well. Again, over at resultsbyrenee.com. Gotta plug my girl. She did an awesome job. She did 3 TeleSummits and she's ready to launch the next one. I tell you, once you start launching these, they're like chips. You can't help it. I do my Back to Business webinar conference every single year, and I do my Power Circle conference as well. So they're definitely awesome. I like charging for recordings. Absolutely. It's a good way, especially if you are you're in a space where you want to build your list first. You can get people on for free, and then afterwards, thank you for sharing that. Yes, resultsbyrenee.com. After the TeleSummit, you can charge for that. Now, a side note, one of the things that I was saying to you guys is that you can turn those audios into CDs, okay? So who remembers the tool that I mentioned? If you were listening before, can you post that up there before I even say it? What was the self-publishing tool that I used to take audios and turn them into CDs? I don't have my CDs right now, but I'm just curious to see if you guys have been listening. Tap, 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 tap. Tap on those hearts, tap on those hearts, tap on those hearts. Okay. I'm not going to tell you that tool until I see somebody, because I know y'all been watching. I'll tell you later, or watch a replay. eJunkie, nope, that's not it. eJunkie is one of the tools that I've been talking about, but I use eJunkie to sell my digital content. I also even use eJunkie to promote my events. So I'll sell tickets to my events on eJunkie. But when I want to self-publish my CDs, I'll tell you. Okay. Audacity. Well, Audacity is the tool that I use to record audio. Okay. So that's a completely different tool. But when I self-publish the CDs that I make, so the CDs that I showed you guys, those I self-publish on a tool called Kunaki. 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 Gotta wave. Lulu, guys, listen, wow. I've been giving you guys a whole bunch of tools, right? I've been sharing a whole bunch of tools with you guys. But it's Kunaki, Kunaki, Kunaki.com. It's a great tool that you can use to self-publish your CDs. So once you're finished with the recording, Kumasami, oh, good. Whenever time I say it, folks be spelling it all crazy. It's Kunaki, Kunaki. All right, awesome. Somebody's got it. A couple of y'all got it in there. Kunaki, Kuniki. I'm sorry I don't have the CDs with me, but that's just the platform that I use to self-publish my CDs. You have to do all your graphics, by the way. You have to do your graphics. You have to set up your CD. You have to upload the CD to their website. They don't do any of that. What they do is that they take the content and they publish it for you. So they put it in the cover. They print out your CDs. They put it in a case. They plastic wrap it. They even put a USB-N on the back. I used to do quite a bit of, what is it called? Oh goodness, I forget what it's called. When I used to put my CDs in stores. You know, in stores you actually have to have an ISBN number, so they print that on your CDs for free as well. I forget the process, but I would put it in stores and not co-signing. Oh goodness, forget it. Okay, I would sell my CDs in stores as well. I don't do it as much as I used to, but they put the ISBN numbers on the back as well. You can sell your CDs then on Amazon and places like that. So it's a really great tool to use. Like I mentioned to you guys before, co-signment. Yes, that's what I used to do. Couldn't figure out the word. Yes, so, you know, small businesses, bookstores, things of that nature, I would have my CDs in there. I did it a lot more when I was in New York. I don't do it so much here in North Carolina. Tap, 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 tap on the hearts. So, goodness, I've been giving you guys a lot of web tools because y'all were like, is it Audacity? Is it Lulu? Is it eJunkie? I'm telling you, I'm the tech tool girl. I give you a bunch of them. How do you get the graphics on it? You have to get somebody to create it for you. So I'm a graphics designer. I do that for my clients. I create all my graphics for myself, or you can find an elance person, freelance, somebody who's going to design the cover, do all of that for you, and then you upload it. You can make it for yourself if you're graphically inclined, and they do have templates on the website that you can take a look at the templates. They'll tell you what size the graphics need to be as well. I have a template that I use for my clients, but that's definitely a great tool to use as well. As I mentioned to you guys before, right now I'm sharing my Get Paid to Teach Starter Kit. It's 5 CDs with hundreds of let's see here, you'rethebomb.com. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's 5 CDs with tons of information on how to create your webinars, how to create information products, how to set up and sell online. I only have 4 of those starter kits left out over at getpaid.sistasense.com if that's something that you guys want to take advantage of. But I did add some individual CDs as well, because yesterday somebody said to me, how much is it? They were asking about individual CDs. So I put up a couple of individual CDs too, so you can either get the full starter kit. Right now it's available free shipping, or the full starter kit has 5 CDs with audios and videos for you to watch, or you can get individual CDs like the Pro Webinar CD, and that's available over at getpaid.sistasense.com for those of you who want to learn more about getting paid to teach. Yes, getpaid.sistasense.com. You can get the full starter kit with 5 CDs, hours of content, audios, videos, and more. Specifically, the GoPro webinar is a really great one because I talk about how to set up webinars and or TeleSummits for profit or promotion. Okay, but let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So I talked to you guys about whether or not you want to do it for profit or promotion, free or paid. Another question to ask yourself. Love in the hearts, by the way. If you're enjoying it so far, can I see some hearts? Can you tap, 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 tap? And some fire. If you guys are feeling fired and focused up, I know a couple of you guys are probably going to jump off and go and check out Kunaki or eJunkie, all of these great tools. I've been using them for years. You'll notice that when I give you tools, for the most part, I'm going to give you ones that are on a low cost, no cost platform. So either they don't cost anything or very minimal amount, because you want to make sure, especially on a floss string budget, that you can get the things that you need to monetize your business and make it better. I say I didn't start off on a shoestring. People laugh when I say this. I'm like, look, I didn't start off on a shoestring. I started off on a floss string, okay? So if you started on a floss string budget, it's definitely great. What have I missed? Okay, to quickly recap, I've been asking you guys a couple of questions. If you want to host a TeleSummit, think about for yourself. Do you want to do a TeleSummit strictly for promotion, or do you want to charge for it? Do you want to get paid? If you want to get paid, are you going to have it free in the front and then in the back end you say, okay, now I'll charge you for the recordings, or I'll upsell you to your program, or do you want to charge for it in the front end? Okay, things for you to think about. I'm on a floss string budget. All right, so you feel me on that, right? When you start off on a floss string budget, the no cost, low cost marketing solutions out there, they're the best to use, and that's pretty much all I use. So when I share stuff with you guys, it's stuff that you can realistically sign up to this week, this month, and not feel like it's taking a lot out of you. By the way, I did mention eJunkie quite a bit. It's the digital platform that I use when I sell my MP3s, when I sell tickets to my TeleSummits. I use that platform to sell the actual tickets. I know sometimes people use Eventbrite. I use Eventbrite when I have conferences and live masterminds. I use Eventbrite, but when I'm doing digital content, for the most part, I do it through eJunkie. If you would like to sign up to eJunkie through me, because I am an affiliate, you can do that. You can go to ejunkie.sistasense.com. So ejunkie.sistasense.com if you want to sign up to them through me. One question that someone had asked me, if I sell my digital products on eJunkie, is it expensive? Do they charge a lot? I said no. You can start off, their smallest package is $5, and I think you can put up about 10 products for $5 a month. Once you pay them that $5, you don't pay them anything else. The only thing that gets taken out is the PayPal percentage, because if you're using PayPal, they take out about 2% per sale, but that's about it. So if you want to sign up through me, it's ESR&R, but no, thank you for sharing that, by the way. It's ejunkie.sistasense.com. Yes, your streamlined process is really simple. Oh, thank you. You love it. Absolutely. I like it to be automated and simple so that people can get what they need and then move. Automation is great, whether you're using eJunkie or the other platforms that I recommend. It allows you to upload the information, put the price on your package. People get the email that says, okay, thank you so much for your purchase. Here's the link to download it, and everything is automated, so it makes it very easy for you. Thank you for that. Yes, ejunkie.sistasense.com. The easier it is for you and your customer, the better the process is. And then once you get paid, they automatically just start putting the money into your PayPal. So you don't have to wait, 5, 10, 15 days. Every time you make a sale, the money goes automatically into your PayPal account. And then once a month, they take their subscription of their $5 or $10, however much you pay to sign up to them. But it's really, really a low-cost platform. I use it to bring in thousands of dollars every month and every year. So for the little $5, $10, $15, that's like nothing. It's free. Just think of it that way. It's like nothing at all. So also you want to think about for yourself. Yes, you use PayPal too. I love it. Absolutely. You want to think about for yourself if you want to do a live or a pre-recorded event. Live versus pre-recorded. So one of the things I said to you guys is every year I do my Back to Business webinar conference. I'm going to be hosting the next one the second weekend in October. I haven't launched it yet, but you can see what the last one looked like. You can even get the replays over at b2b.sistersense.com, and that's B number 2 B. So b2b.sistersense.com. My first time on, so much value content. Thank you. You're so very welcome. If you're enjoying the content, ladies and gents, definitely swipe up, swipe left to right, tap the little guy, and, you know, follow me, tell your friends to follow me. You know, I'm at day 7 on Periscope for me. I've really been enjoying it, but I've been teaching this stuff for years online. I've been marketing, building my website. I am a web designer. If you're new to me, I'm a web designer and I mentor entrepreneurs online. I've been online for 15 years. I've been teaching for the last for the last 8-9 years. So I've been doing this for a while. So like I said, if you want to take a look at how I put together my conferences, visual, I'm a visual girl. You can definitely take a look at b2b.sistersense.com. Every year I do my Back to Business webinar conference. The next one is happening in October. For those of you who have either gotten my starter kit recently, the first 5 people who got the starter kit, they also got a free pass to my Back to Business webinar conference as well. So glad that you came to Periscope. Me too. Me too. I am absolutely loving Periscope. Am I a little dark, guys? Can you see me? I think the sun is going down a little bit. Truly enjoying this. Amazing. Awesome. Welcome, welcome to those of you who are new to me. Again, I'm new to Periscope. It's day 7 for me, but I've been doing this for a while and I'm excited about it. Tell me, guys, if you can see me or if it's a little, you said I can see you fine. Okay. Okay. Boop. Let me see if I need to adjust anything here. Okay, see? Now I did some stuff and the tripod wants to be all funky on me. If y'all don't have who has a tripod? Tell me if you have a tripod. Because if you don't have one, I definitely recommend you getting one. See, y'all said I was perfect. And before I listened to you all, I went and started acting crazy and doing funky stuff with the tripod. Okay. Lord. Okay. Y'all gonna have to see with me for a second. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's take this to the swing because I like my swing. Hopefully, I won't swing too much for you guys. You know, of all the things that the Lord blessed me with, He did not bless me with a booty. So, when I sit on the little chair, my little flat behind gets a little sore. I don't have too much cushion, so let me get my water here, y'all. I'm going to be right over here getting my water so I can keep on keeping on with you guys. Okay, on the swing, on the swing. You know, I'm not trying to get them butt implants, y'all, so I'm going to have to do it this swing right now. Okay, but hopefully I'm a little bit clearer for you guys because I just felt like I was hard. He says, you're so funny. Squats, girl. Really? I got to do them squats? I do some squats. All right, I'm getting crazy, y'all. Let's get it back on topic. Okay, I know I was telling you something about something. I know I was saying something about something. Yeah, I was telling you guys, take a look at Back to Business. If you signed up for either the Get Paid to Teach starter kit, if you sign up for one of the starter kits or CDs, today I will give you a free pass to the webinar conference. So definitely do that if you haven't already done so over at getpaid.sistersense.com. So if you get either the full 5 CD starter kit or the pro webinar CD set, any one of those, I will give you a free pass. My webinar conference, usually early bird is $47 and then regular is $97, so you can get that free pass. I like to do awesome webinar conferences with fabulous women. For those of you who know, like Jay Stone, she's always on my webinar conferences. She is a power starter. Last year I had Renee, I had Rosetta Thurman. Whoever knows Rosetta, you can shout her out. Rosetta Thurman. Who did I have? Renee Seiler, TV personality, Renee Seiler. I'm about to get a couple of some awesome ladies on this webinar conference. Love Jay. Yes, Jay and I, we are power girls. Absolutely love my Jay. So, I was asked to go to Black Enterprise. 1 year, and that's how I met Jay at Black Enterprise, to talk about my social network, BBWO. I have a social network for women entrepreneurs over at mybbwo.com. And so I was asked to go and talk and share what they were doing over at Black Enterprise with my community. And that is how I met Jay. We sat together and never looked back. We've been bosom buddies. She's seen my little boy grow. It's just been awesome. She is an amazing woman. So if you ever, when I talk about my power circle and you know Jay, then you know the type of ladies that I have in my circle. So like I said, if you get the starter kit, or if you're a part of my existing mastermind, you automatically get a free pass to the webinar conference that's happening in October. How do you make the time to do everything that you do? How do I make the time? I grind. What does Jay have? Brand, hustle, cash flow. I grind, I hustle, but you know what? When you work for yourself, when you work at home, you make the time. Is she coming to the Activate conference? I do not know, because she's got a ton of speaking engagements this month. I think she's got like 7 or 8 of them. So I don't know if it conflicts with something that she's already doing, but I definitely want to see my girl Jay when I get to ATL in a couple of weeks. Tell us everything you have going on. Absolutely. I will always keep you guys posted. Like I said, the webinar conference is happening in October. And I always have my Power Circle conference at the Aloft Hotel here in North Carolina in January. So when I have them, I'll tell you. Brooklyn, awesome. I haven't done a Brooklyn event yet, and it's funny because I'm a New York native, and I'll tell you why. Brooklyn is expensive as hell, y'all. It takes a lot to get the space and all that other stuff, so I haven't, gotten it up to do an actual New York event, but, who knows? Okay. So back on track. I did ask you guys if you want to do a live event or a pre-recorded. And yes, this was why. Because when I do my Back to Business webinar conference, still need to get you on BC. Absolutely. I will be there. I'm there to support. Tell me how to sign up to the network. Email me, lhenry@sistersense.com. Sometimes it takes me a little bit of time to get back to it, but I just do as much as I can do in any given day. And make it happen. Just make it happen. And I will say this, my hubby is an amazing support system. So the two of us together, we just figure out how to balance out the crazy that is life. I love to do my conferences live. How many of you have been on pre-recorded conferences before and have noticed, or do you know it's a pre-recorded conference? You can say yes or no. For those of you who've been, especially for those who said you've been on a lot of TeleSummits, have you been on pre-recorded TeleSummits before? No? Or me? Yes. You can tell, right? You can tell you're on a pre-recorded TeleSummit. Yes, thank you for sharing that. lhenry@sistersense.com. Me personally, I like to do them live, and really it's because of my concept. All right, so listen, in the little suburb that I am in, at some point somebody is mowing their lawn. So forgive the that's in the back. Somebody's mowing a lawn. Forgive it. But hopefully you guys can still hear me clearly outside of what's going on somewhere in this little community that I live in. Okay, so you can tell that it's pre-recorded. One of the reasons that, and you want to also think about for yourself when you're hosting a TeleSummit, is it something that you want to turn into a series? Like I said, myself, I continually every year do Back to Business. My client, she does her spiritual bodybuilding. So what kind of series do you want to do? You want to just do it once, or on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis? These are all things that you should keep in mind. For me, I said to myself, you know what? When I started my first TeleSummit, I think it was in 2009, 2010, so maybe about 5 years ago I got into TeleSummits. I said, you know what, I'm always talking to you guys. I want you to talk to my power circle, the people who I get on the phone with and powwow with, like Jay Stone, like Rochelle Shaw, like Pam Perry. We get on the phone and we powerhouse. I want you to have access to my people. So that's why I did the power circle. To do it pre-recorded wouldn't do it justice, because I really wanted the ladies in my circle to be able to ask questions and speak with and connect with and network with. So live was the only way for me to go. Now, some people, they do pre-recording and they do it for different reasons. One, they get people to speak, but those people are super busy and they don't have the time. So, they say, okay, well, look, I'm going to do it pre-recorded so that we don't have to worry about you coming on at a specific time. For me, it doesn't matter. My girls, they'll tell you, these are women who they charge like $300, $400, $500, $600, even $5,000, $10,000 for coaching. And they'll come on to a TeleSummit that I do for like little to nothing. And they do it because they're like, look, LaShanda's doing something, I'm there. Jay said that yesterday on one of her sessions. She was like, when LaShanda calls me, I'm there, because they come on and there's so many ways for them to strategically build their business and to bring in clients when they come onto my sessions, because I always have awesome ladies not only speaking but participating. It's just something that they love to do. So you want to think about for yourself, if you're reaching out to people, or maybe you don't have the time. You say to yourself, I want to do a telesummit, but I don't know if I can commit to doing a whole day or a half a day, or my speakers can do it. That's why some people do pre-recorded. They tend to find it's just easier to do the pre-recording, set it up, and put it in some sort of automation so that it happens in the back end. I don't do it that way. I love the interactivity, so I do live versus pre-recorded. So you want to think about that for yourself. Also, some people are afraid to do live because there are people, even though it's virtual, it's just kind of that anxiety of talking to people. So it feels a lot better to just kind of do it pre-recorded, plan it out, know that it sounds good. Some people like to put audio. My client Renee, she likes to put audio music in the back, especially when she's doing like affirmations. She's got her intro music, all that stuff. She wants to plan it out. Those are some things that may allow you, or may be the reasons why you want to do. I see some hearts, I see some blues. Tap on those hearts if you're feeling me. Those are some reasons that you may want to do something pre-recorded versus live. But again, I can tell you honestly, I love to do live. I will sit on my sessions, because I'll do a webinar conference for 10 hours, 12 hours. I'll have a ton of speakers, and I will sit there all day. It doesn't feel like anything to me. I enjoy it. And a lot of people, if you do audio or video or both. I'm going to come to that. That's definitely a question to ask. A lot of people will stay on the telesummit. They won't even go to the bathroom. They'll be on my telesummits like, girl, I can't go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, we have breaks. We have like 10 to 15 minute breaks between them. But, you know, I'll sit it out and rock it out for a good 10, 12 hours with all my amazing speakers. So that's something that you want to think about as well. And before I go any further, I will say this. When I do my conferences, when I do my telesummits, I sell in the front end and the back end. Okay? I sell in the front end and the back end. I do things for free, but my Back to Business webinar conference is one of my signature conferences because I don't do a lot live. The only live thing you'll see me do consistently is my Power Circle Mastermind at the beginning of the year at the Aloft Hotel. I've been there for the last 4 years. That I do consistently. But my webinar conference, my list is big, so I'm not concerned about list building. I do it because I know a lot of people would love to go to events and they don't necessarily have the funds to go out and fly or drive or whatever. So it's a low-cost alternative, and it's always great. It's a part of my signature brand. So I don't do free webinar conferences or telesummits. I tend to charge for them in the front end, but then I also promote other things in the back end as well. So my Back to Business is always in October, and that's usually when I tell people about coming out to my January event in January event in January for the next year. So that's something to think about as well. When you're hosting your telesummits, what are some things that you want to share with people? What happens after the telesummit? Because it doesn't end there, right? So if you have a coaching program or an event, I see someone applause. Thank you, thank you. If you guys are liking it, tap, 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 tap. A moment of hearts. Tap, tap. And definitely feel free to share it with your community, your circle. Swipe up left to right and say, hey, check it out. You know, we're talking about getting paid to teach, things that you need to ask yourself. I'm all about planning to profit. So before you profit, before you launch, you've got to strategically ask yourself the right questions so that you know what you need to do next, right? Fire and focus is about that energy, but it's about that focus. You know exactly what you need to do next, all right? So, as I mentioned to you before, I sell in the front end and also in the back end. And also think about it for yourself. If you're going to sell in the back end, how good are you at selling? That's an important thing, okay? That's a very important thing, because sometimes people will do a free telesummit in the hopes of getting people in on the back end. But if they're not good at promoting it, they have 3 people, a free summit, and nothing happened. Or if they get 50 people on the summit, it's great, or 100 people, it's great, but they don't know how to sell, upsell the recording, still, you know, something to think about. So when you're creating that telesummit, you want to think about, if I'm going to sell on the back end, I'm going to have to get better at really coming up. Ear to the screen now. Awesome. I love it. If I'm going to sell in the back end, you've got to get really good at upselling, okay? That's something that entrepreneurs, you got to put that marketer hat on so that you can work that. When I talk to you guys about the let me think for a second, the Get Paid to Teach Starter Kit, the Pro Webinar Series. One of the things I share with you guys in this series is how I price my telesummits and my webinars and how I promote them. Because if you cannot strategically promote and package the hell out of them things, you're going to do it for free, and you may build your list, but you may not get the financial results you want off after that as well. Do you have an upsell training? Do you have an upsell training? Well, you know what? I talk about that, meaning that I talk about it when I talk about how you promote your event and how you strategically sell other items in the event. So while I don't specifically have a training just on upselling, it's something that I talk about quite a bit. The lighting changed. I wonder why. I think the sun is going down. I think that's what it is. But I'm still clear, right? You still guys can still see me. Twist and turn. Turn and twist. Twist and turn. I miss Mr. Green. I miss Mr. Green. You know what? I'm going to get Mr. Green so that he can kind of hang out with me on the swing. Never mind me, guys. Keep tapping those hearts. Keep tapping those hearts. Tap, 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 tap. Tap away while I'm away. Just tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. If you are enjoying this session, by the way, can I see some fire, some F-I-R-E, F-I-R-E? If you are enjoying my session today, just to make sure that you guys are still awake and rocking it out with me, can you belly how awesome, can you believe how awesome this is? Oh, thank you. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying it. I'm terrible at selling. Been in business 11 years and I'm still working at it. Selling is one of those things, guys, that you absolutely have to work at. I tell people all the time, I'm a typer, not a talker. I did not come into this game to market myself. I came into the web to sit in front of a computer and type and pray to God that somebody would buy something. But eventually I realized that I had to become the face of my business. Watch one of my first YouTube channels. I'm the shyest girl on the block. You would not believe. I am an introvert. As many of the entrepreneurs that come to me, we won't judge you on your relationship with Mr. Green. Don't judge me. I like my gnomes. I'm gonna bring all of them. I'm gonna bring all of my gnomes out. You think I won't do it? I'm gonna bring all of my gnomes out for you right now. Okay, so Mr. Green and Mr. Beige, we're all gonna have a good time together. It's only because I can only hold but so many of these in my hand at one time. I don't have a green thumb, but I do like my gnomes. Okay, so for those who did not say hello to Mr. Green. Say hello. He's motivating me to keep it keeping on. And here is Mr. Beige. Say hello. We rock it out. Me, Mr. Beige, Mr. Green, we sit on this. We sip sweet tea. We have a great time together. So I do sleep, y'all. I sleep. I relax on my porch. I watch Netflix with my little boy. We sit there and we watch Ben 10 on Saturday mornings. You know, that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. But when I push, I push. When I'm fired and focused, I move. There's more than one. You are too flat. Girl, you don't want to know how many gnomes I have in this doggone on this porch. Here is one of the little ones. You know, every plant has a gnome. Every single one. My son, he goes, Mommy, you're buying another one? Another one, Mommy? Okay, I digress. Y'all probably think I'm crazy. They're like, look, it's time for us to bounce. She's talking about gnomes now. What's going on? So yes, I did say to you guys that at the end of the day, I was very much a shy entrepreneur, and it took some time. So don't think that when you're not selling, I saw somebody say, you know, it's taken me a couple of years and I'm still not great at it. Don't think that when you're not selling, it's the product or it's just the, you know, maybe it's the sales or it's something that's going on in the industry or what have you. You sometimes just have to work at becoming better at selling. You know, I did a video, one of my first scopes here was I talked about how I generate everyday sales into my business. And one of the things I talked about is that I sell as I tell. So, you know, if you feel like you cannot pitch people, and especially when I said, you know, if you're going to wait until the very end of a free telesummit to pitch, if you don't know how to do it right, you will do it wrong and you won't make any sales. So I learned that I'm not a pitchy person, and I can't sit up there and just say, okay, well, this is the product and it's $9.99, but I know that it becomes natural for me when I sell as I tell. So if you notice, as I talk to you guys, I tell you about the Back to Business webinar conference. I tell you about Get Paid to Teach because it's relevant to what I'm talking about, but people also take advantage of it. Like I said, there are only 4 more starter kits for Get Paid to Teach. Hint, hint, hint. So if you want one of those and you also want a free pass to Back to Business, hint, 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 go and get one of those at getpaid.sistersense.com. Hint, hint, hint. So, you know, eventually you get just used to naturally talking about the things that you sell. The last session I did, the one that I did last night, I talked about money markers and setting your cash flow goals. If you have not watched it on Periscope, watch it or watch the replay. I haven't posted it on my YouTube channel yet, L Henry, but I will, L-H-E-N-R-Y. I mention it because on that, I just simply said, at the end of the day, you have to have clearly defined signature packages. So I have my signature packages, my pro webinars, my Fix Your Site 5-hour package, my Small Business Plus, I can redesign your website for $1,500. I have clearly defined signature packages, so they just naturally come out in conversations when I talk to people. Yes, thank you. The Get Paid to Teach Starter Kit, getpaid.success.com. Sell as you tell. Good stuff. Absolutely. It becomes, at first it's kind of like, should I say it now? Should I say it now? You know, it's a nerve-wracking thing. But when it becomes a natural part of the process, 9 times out of 10, people don't even, honestly, they don't even know you're marketing. It's just a conversation. If they want it, they take it. If they don't want it, they take it. But you're also strategically talking about it throughout, getting them excited about taking it. And that's something that you have to learn. So for the person who asked me, do I do specific trainings on upselling? That might be something to think about. You know, do I have a pen? Do I have a pen somewhere? Can you see that I'm glowing? I'm glossing. I like that technique. Yes, definitely watch that video on my everyday sales. That's something that I'm talking about right now in the Back to Basics Mastermind. For the next 6 weeks, as I'm writing this, I'll tell you about it. For the next 6 weeks, I'm doing the Back to Basics webinar series. It's a mastermind group. Some of you guys have already joined me. And I'm talking about how I generate everyday sales and how I drive traffic to my business for 6 weeks. I did the first one on Monday, and that first training, that first mastermind, it was 2.5 hours. So if you think my periscopes are long, my trainings, only because I give you guys as much as possible, and I try to break this stuff down so it's not overly technical and it's not overwhelming. So you can say, okay, now that I know this, I can try Start Meeting, I can try Kunaki, I can look up the information. I'm giving you some action steps, not just motivational stuff, which is great. You need to be motivated, but some tools that you can really say, okay, before she even told me that she was going to ask me to see the starter kit or check it out, I'm giving you things that you can look at regardless. So whether you take advantage of my personal offers, and you don't have to, you can go to Start Meeting, you can go to eJunkie, you can check out Kunaki, you can get information from my scope without ever trying anything that I offer. But if you want to know the process, the steps that I use, stuff that I can't show you here, like when I do my webinars, I take you back into my PayPal, I show you my website, how I add plugins, those kind of things. Obviously you need to do the webinar trainings. Until you can do webinars on scope, you're going to have to take the training for that, all right? So those are some questions that I want you to ask yourself. Love in the hearts, by the way. Tap, 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 tap. If you are enjoying the session so far. Just to recap here, I said profit or promotion, free or paid, live or pre-recorded. Also want to think about for yourself, what kind of digital telesummit do you want to host, okay? Audio, webinar, or both? Audio, webinar, or both? Somebody jumped the gun and asked me that question. My first TeleSummit conference, my Power Circle that I launched 5 years ago, the first one that I did was all audio. Now, if you don't feel like you're technically inclined and this is the first one that you're doing, do audio. Don't jump the gun, because it's easier. You don't have to worry about people's PowerPoint presentations. You don't have to educate your speakers on that process. You just say, here's the number, call in, hit record. Audio is easier. So that was the first one I did. The second one, and then on, I started to do webinar presentations. But I do both, actually. So audio first, okay? If you're new to this, especially new to technology, you can do Start Meeting. You don't have to do webinars. You can do straight audio. That's definitely something to think about. I love to do presentations, so now I do both. I do audio and presentations. When I do my Back to Business conferences, my speakers always say to me, do I need to give you a presentation? And my answer to that is, it's up to you. So I give my speakers the choice because, one, a lot of times they come on and they do it for free. Some of my speakers, I either provide them with affiliate opportunities, or they get to sell on my conferences. When I have bigger name speakers, I will give them some sort of in-kind love stipend, so to speak, just as a thank you for participating when I have bigger name speakers on. But there are things that you can strategically to do. Have you ever used TeleSeminar? Cut back and quit smoking. Visit nickstopfilters.com. Okay, so somebody has to promote some filters, something random. Okay, great. So anyway, what was I saying? That one caught me off track, y'all. I'm just getting, sometimes you get some random comments and it's like, what's that about? Have I used TeleSummit? Is that a particular platform? I'm not sure what platform that is. I do not know, but I right now strictly use Start Meeting for my conferences. I used to use GoToMeeting quite a bit. You can block them. I know. I've only blocked 2 people so far. I'll be having some block parties, y'all, but I'm getting used to Periscope. Like I said, it's day 7 for me. So it is what it is on that one. He threw me off, though. What was I saying? I was telling you guys audio, webinar, or both. Yes. So LOL. So I give people the opportunity to do one or the other because I know for my speakers, like I said, some people, it's easier for them to just come on and do the audio. For others, they already have presentations that they've created. I give them the option. For you specifically, if you're not too comfortable or you don't have a tech person helping you with the process of doing the webinars, your the audio's better. I do talk about the things that I do to invite speakers or to get speakers to come on to my events, how I strategically worked with them, how I set up affiliate programs. I talk about all of that in the Pro Webinars training. Like I said, you can get the whole starter kit. It's 5 CDs, but I also, because somebody asked me about this yesterday, I also made the Pro Webinar CD an individual package as well. So you can just get that 1 CD or all 5 of them if you're interested in that. So that's something for you to keep in mind. So who's going to do audio, webinars, or both? Just kind of tap that, throw that in there before I do anything else or say anything else. Are you interested in doing an audio session, webinar session, or both? Because that's something that you want to think about as well. Love and hearts, by the way. Thank you, thank you. Got to get my water in. Both, okay. Audio, both. Okay, so it's definitely a great thing for your speakers, giving them the opportunity to either do one or the other, and I believe that Mr. Green agrees with me, so both wins for most of you guys. Awesome. Okay, so another question that you want to ask yourself when you're planning your telesummits: is it going to be a 1 day? Is it going to be 3 hours? Is it going to be 2 days? Is it going to be 24 hours? Is it going to be 1 week? I've seen people do, I got to throw Mr. Green in there. I can be uber serious, y'all. I am not the funny person on the block, which is why I tend to like to have some, like my girl Rochelle, she comes on, she makes people crack the hell up when she's on the conferences. I need to have funny people around me because I'm not the funniest person. I'm very much like, here's the information. So Mr. Green, he makes me happy. He makes me laugh. You want to think about that for yourself, right? I've seen people do 24-hour conferences. I've seen people do conferences where they have maybe 2-3 speakers on for a whole week. I personally, I like to do my conferences for like a full day, 10 hours, 12 hours. I try to do 8 hours because a lot of people, a lot of women in my circle will say to me, LaShanda, I would love to speak at your conference. And so it goes from like 8 sessions to 10 sessions. I cap it at 12. But I do some interesting events. And like I said, you can check mine out either by going to powercircleconference.com or b2b.sissense.com to see the Back to Business webinar conference. But yeah, those are a couple of ones that you can take a look at as well. So think about for yourself how long you want your teleconference to be. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to look at other people and say, I want to do that. Like I said, the only reason I tend to do mine's longer is because I just have so many amazing women entrepreneurs in my circle to share. You can think about how long you want yours to be. You can start with a 3-hour, 4-hour, just to, kind of get your feet wet in the process. But, it's definitely worth thinking about how long you want it to be dictates basically how many speakers you need to have. Okay? And that's something to think about too. So when I talked about Renee's, her spiritual bodybuilding was actually over a series of days. So for about 10, 14 days, every day I set it up for her. So it's on autoresponder so that she did it every day. It was pre-recorded. And for 10 days, 14 days, every day you get to listen to an audio for that particular speaker of the day. And it kind of goes through that process. So you want to think about that for yourself. So let me know, guys, what are you thinking about as far as your telesummits? Are you looking to do something for a couple of hours? Maybe 1 day, 2 days, a whole week, 24 hours straight? What are some things that you guys are thinking about? School buses are here. Ooh, awesome. Ooh, I missed it. Was there a comment? Let me see some hearts. Y'all are quiet. Are you writing? Are you writing or are you thinking? Usually when I'm on teleconferences and conference calls with clients, I know y'all are writing like the storm when you start getting quiet. I'm starting for 2 to 3 hours, okay? A couple of hours, okay? Okay, definitely a good way to start. You may have covered this. I need to build my list and get paid. Is there a strategy for this? I'll start with 90 minutes talking, making me nervous. Okay, okay. So you may do pre-recorded. If you feel nervous, you may do pre-recorded. As I mentioned before, you can do a free telesummit as a way to build your list, because when you have different speakers on, you're not the only one promoting, and when you've got all these other people telling other people about your event, they're bringing their community to you. It's a great way to build your list. So that's a list building strategy. Hosting telesummits in and of itself is a list building strategy. There's more that I can say about list building, and that's why I'm doing the mastermind right now. It's called Back to Basics. I talk about traffic and sales. I'm talking about search engine optimization, list building, packaging, client attraction, all that good stuff. We did traffic this week. We did traffic for about 2.5 hours this week. Next week we're doing search engine optimization, and then from there we're going on to list building. So if you're interested in that, the information about that is over at basics.sistasense.com. That is the Back to Basics webinar conference. Okay, so you can definitely take a look. So let's see here. Audio webinar are both. So most of you guys, it sounds like you want to start with a couple of days, which is great. As I also mentioned to you before, you want to think about your speakers, not just who you want to have on, but also thinking about what would work for them as far as pre-recorded versus live. Do they need to get paid to speak? You know, things of that nature. When it comes to speakers, I often recommend go to the people you know first. They're usually the ones who are more inclined to speak on your event just to support you and or to have an opportunity to have a platform to speak and build their resume. I can teach you more about kind of like strategically getting people to work with you, affiliate marketing, all that good stuff. I talk about that inside of the pro webinars training over at Get Paid to Teach, but those are definitely some recommendations I can share with you guys now. Okay, so one more tip. Are y'all ready for the last tip? I've got one more tip for you guys before I wrap up and go back to work. For my clients on the call, I know I owe you stuff. I'm going to get your stuff done. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I have a free resource site, but I want to do a conference. I'm not sure how to handle it. Like I mentioned before, what you want to do first, you want to think about some speakers that you may want to have on it. If you've got a free resource site, then perhaps you're looking to gain exposure for that particular site. You know, you can do a teleconference where maybe it's just you and 2 other people and you're talking about a couple of the resources that you have on that space, maybe picking about 1 or 2 that works really well for you. I find that, and I didn't mention it here, but I find that for me, having a theme works really well. Last year's theme for my Back to Business webinar conference was creating power moves for your business. The year before that, I talked about unblocking your blessings. This year, it's about fire and focus. So if you have a resource website, maybe you want to think about either one type of resource or a category of resources so that you can build your telesummit around a specific theme. That works really well as far as getting people excited about that. You know, branding, which is why you got to go to my girl Jay Stone for branding. Branding your telesummit is something to keep in mind as well. But before that last tip, are you guys excited about this? Can I see some fire? F-I-R-E, F-I-R-E, F-I-R-E. Are you guys feeling focused and fired up thus far based on what we're talking about? I see some green hearts, which is great. Let me see some blues, some purples, some pinks. I've got my colors on. Some pinks, some blues, some yellows. Awesome, 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 awesome. Fire, fire, fire. Yes, 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 yes. Really excited as always to be with you guys. This is day 7 for me on Periscope. I'm a Periscope baby, you know, but excited about being here and sharing with you guys. Again, watch the replays if you haven't already done so. So thank you for the F-I-R-Es, F-I-R-Es, fire, fire, fire. So, as I mentioned before, I've got one more tip to share with you guys. Before you launch that TeleSummit, even for those of you who say, you know what, I think I'm going to try out Start Meeting. Outside of Start Meeting, I also said to you guys that every single person here, hello, welcome, welcome. Every single person here should have a free conference line. Who does not have a free conference line? Just put no in for me if you don't have one, or yes if you do. No, 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 or yes, 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 just before we move forward. Hearts, 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 hearts. Tap, 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 tap. Loving and love, loving and love. Blue is working uber hard. Y'all got Blue working hard. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. So one of the tools that I've been telling you guys to get is free conference call. No. For those of you who do not have one, get one. It's free. It is free. It is hot out here, y'all. I got to tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. I'm telling y'all to tap the hearts. I got to tap, 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 tap. It's hot. It's hot. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. You got to think about for yourself. Yes, for those of you who do not have a free conference line, you definitely should have one. It's free. It doesn't hurt you. Freeconferencecall.com is the one that I use. A couple of ladies use Free Conference Pro. I know they mentioned that as well. I personally like Free Conference Call. That's the one that I use, so you can take a look at that one as well if that is something that you're interested in doing. So my tip basically is this. Before you host your first TeleSummit, for those of you who have not done it yet, get freeconferencecall.com, go on your email, go on your Twitter, go on your Periscope, pick a topic and say, hey, I'm going to do a conference call today. Get on the line. We're going to talk about XYZ. I can't wait to talk to you guys. ... Make it happen. A great way to test it out. So it's a free opportunity. You can test it out. You can work out the kinks. You can even work out the jitters. For those of you who may be a little bit anxious and nervous about actually getting into TeleSummits, before you even do that, get Free Conference Call. It's a teleconference call line, so you can invite some folks on. If you don't want to invite your brand community, your customers, maybe you invite a couple of your partners, your business associates, your friends, just to do a conference line call so you can love in the hearts, tap, 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 tap. Is that an awesome recommendation? If you agree, put fire, 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 fire. For those of you who are new to it, I always believe in testing before you jump in. So with Free Conference Line, you can sign up, invite your folks to it, get people on a call, and just get a taste of it before you move any further, right? Wonderful information. Fire, 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 fire. Love it, love it, love it. Mwah. Thank you. So ladies and gents, as always, it is my absolute pleasure to share my recommendations with you guys. If you have any other questions as far as how to get paid, you can absolutely ask me, tweet me at SisterSense. You can email me, lhenry@sistersense.com. I am looking for other recommendations as far as things that you guys want me to talk about here on Scope, so you can absolutely recommend some other projects, or I should say some other topics. For more information on putting together your TeleSummits, getting paid to teach, again, I don't know if anybody's got any of those kits, but when I last checked it, there were 4 more left of the 5 CDs. I also made available the individual sets, so you can get one of the CDs. You can get pro webinars, or you can get how to make money online and how to set up and sell as a 2-parter. How long should you take to plan for a summit? Because my list is big, honestly, I launched my TeleSummits maybe 6 to 4 weeks before, but that's because I have a list, and also because I do my back to business every year. People look out for it. But if you're new to it, maybe you want to give yourself at least 90 to 60 days to prepare for it, to test out, make sure you've worked out the kinks. But like I said, I jump in just because it's something that I'm used to doing, and I have a community already, okay? But I would say about 60 to 90 days to give yourself 3 months to really think about it, get your speakers, map it out, and all that good stuff. Right. So more on pricing, packaging it, putting it together, even I think, yeah, it's in there. I got my PowerPoint templates that you guys can download. It's in the pro webinars training as well. So you can take a look at that again at getpaid.sistersense.com. That's the Get Paid to Teach series. I'm telling you that once the 4 are gone, that's it. I'm taking it down. And I'll tell you why, because I personally take the time to put my kits together, and it takes a while to go through all the orders and ship them out. Like I said, I get my stuff shipped out through Kunaki, but it does take a while to go through all the orders because I have other things to do. So I do a definite amount, and then I take it down until I have time to do it again. So if you do want to get the full starter kit, you can get it now. And once I get all the orders in. I'm going to be shipping out all the kits this week, and then it's on to the next thing. So either pro webinars, you can get that one, or I have a 2 CD set up there as well. You can get the 2 CDs, How to Make Money Online and How to Set Up Your Shop Online, for those of you who are looking to get into that. So it's up to you whether you get all 5 or you get the individual ones. It's not coming up for me. So it's over at Get Paid, GETPAID, getpaid.sistersense.com. If you have any trouble going to the website, go to the main website, sistersense.com, click on the link that says shop. You'll see everything there. So if you click on sistersense.com, if you click on the link that says shop, you'll see everything there. Specifically just to see what's under Get Paid, you can go to getpaid.sistersense.com. Okay. I'm done, y'all. I'm going to go back to work. I love you guys. As always, thank you so much for participating in my scopes. Say goodbye to Mr. Green. He's going to go enjoy the sun. I'm going to go back to work. All right, guys. See you tonight.